Hi, welcome to Wisecat. At least I think this is working now. Yeah, if it's not, then nobody will be able to tell me. In cyberspace, no one can hear you scream. Okay, today we've got a few things that we're going to get happening. So I've got my Quack.Guru Moodle site behind me. Let's dive straight into it, shall we? This is once again me, caution to the wind, and going in and upgrading a Moodle as a live stream without any practice runs so far that will indicate that this is going to be successful. If you remember my other live stream last time when I upgraded to Moodle 4.0, you'll recall that there were a few curveballs came out and everything, and it wasn't exactly as straightforward as I was thinking. But anyway, today what I'm basically going to do is upgrade this Moodle behind me here, this Quack.Guru Moodle, upgrade this to 4.1, which was just released the other day. And then I'm going to have a little bit of a look at it because I haven't seen it before. But I've heard that there are good things that are coming. For example, the question bank is supposed to be a bit different, and the database module is also supposed to be different. So let's get into it, shall we, and take a bit of a look. So I'm going to reduce my size. Haha, that's better. Okay, and first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to go in, log in here, and I'm going to go to my site administration page. And I haven't registered this one. I'm a naughty boy. I'm going to go to the server tab, and I'm going to look at environment and make sure that my server environment is all good and ready for Moodle 4.1. This may seem a little overkillish, but you know, if bad things happen if you don't have the right PHP version or the right MySQL or MariaDB version. At the moment I've got all of these seem to be okay for 4.05, but what I really need to do is update my component here and check 4.1 upwards and make sure that my server is completely a-okay. And in this particular case it is. If you're doing this on your home server though, and you do not see OKs all the way through, please treat that first. Right? Make sure that you get OKs across the board, so that you don't have to worry about basically breaking your Moodle. So now that we've got that done, one of the things that I did not do last time, and probably really should have, well, actually, the whole server is backed up as a disk image, but I am going to actually do a backup properly this time. So let's see. Well, I'm getting buzzes. Does that mean that I do have? Ooh, yay! Oh, hi guys. I do actually have some people with me in the live, so I'm going to say hi guys. There we go. Can't guarantee I'm always going to notice that there's something there, but if you do spot something that you would like me to go over in more detail, feel free to put it in the chat and I'll try to address it as much as possible. Okay, so the first thing that I do want to do is do a backup. Now, here is my Guru folder, and you can see this folder has a www folder. That's where the Moodle code itself is. That is exposed to the web server. That's why it's named www. And I've also got my Moodle data folder there, which contains all of the Moodle data, the files and the caches and all that sort of stuff like that. So what I really want to do is actually back up both of these things and the MySQL database. So to back up MySQL database first, I know that my database is called Guru, so same name. Yeah, I'm not very creative. Sudo, and this one's on MariaDB, so I'm going to use MySQL dump. And I am going to get the database name is going to be called Guru. And I am going to send that. I'm going to actually pipe that through to gzip to zip it up. Dial it all the way up to 9. And I'm going to write that to the file that is guru.sql.gz, because it'll be gzipped. Okay, if I get that right, then I enter my password. And that should just be zipping away. And now if I do that again, I can see that here I have my guru.sql.gzip. It is right there. And now, actually, I can generally recover mostly from that, but I will do one more step. I'll go down and get the full guru directory completely. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I want a tar. I want to make a tape archive tar, and I want to go create a zipped one, and the file should be in my home directory. Just make guru backup.zip. Actually, I am going to change that to the full path. I'll write it out. /home/Adam, because that's my user directory, and I'm going to put the Google path, because I'm also going to actually run this as sudo, because I did notice that there are some things that are like www data like that with the different permissions in there. Might run into an issue. I've got sudo privileges on this thing. I just use them to do the MySQL dump. So if I run this as sudo, then I'm going to get a zip file that is owned by root, but won't have any other problems. So cowardly refusing to create an empty up. I didn't specify the directory. Yes, of course I want my guru directory to be zipped. So that's actually taking... Oh, I should have called it... Okay, it should be called actually .tar.gz. I'm, yeah, perhaps a little nervous. I called it zip. It doesn't really matter what you name it, because file extensions are more of a Windows thing, but I'll rename it later, because otherwise I won't remember that it's a tape archive. I'll think it's a zip archive. Well, actually, I would probably look at myself and think, you know, what am I doing with a zip file? I wouldn't make a zip file. I'd make a tar.gz. Anyway, the appropriate tail should actually be tar.gz. And now we have to wait for that to complete. Cool error messages. Sometimes I love these. It's a little bit like Easter eggs, right? You see that cowardly refusing to create an empty drive. Okay, so that's actually completed. So I'm going to sudo mv. I'll rename it right now. Right, I'm going to move this one to /home/Adam/guru backup dot tar.gz. Yeah, that's Z. Yeah. Just because, hey, that makes me feel better. It really does not matter what the extension is. But anyway, the good news is that means that my Moodle now is completely backed up and properly backed up. So I did forget one step that I should have, but I'll do that now. The only thing that I didn't remember to do that I should have before I actually got started, and that was to go sudo -u www.data, run the PHP program, and invoke the script admin /CLI/maintenance.php with enable. So that puts it into maintenance mode. No web access is allowed, which means that when I pull this out of the way, now if I try to go to, say, site administration, it says quack guru under maintenance. I should have done that before. I'm a naughty boy for not doing that. If you don't do that, then your SQL database backup might not be so clean. So when you do it, don't you forget to do it. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, backups are out of the way. I'm going to pretend that that's good, because I actually have already taken a proper backup with it in maintenance mode. So let us proceed and pretend that everything is all good. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is actually upgrade the current branch. So if I do git status, we'll notice that refreshing index, taking a look, seeing what's what. I've got a few. I've got this one that I actually added here. Yeah, that was fun. I've got a few things. Oh, the contact site support. Yeah, I disabled site support by doing that. That was a little bit... It's also a little bit naughty, but I was getting spammers, you know, and I was tired. Okay, so Git checkout. I might as well check that out. Actually, I might just leave it alone for now. See what happens, eh? Let's see if that one throws us for a loop a bit later. I did install the Code Runner plugin, the question type Code Runner, so that's why these exist here. This was just a little fun thing that I did to help my own ailing memory. I think I can see that Bill White's there, and I think he knows what that is. Ha 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 ha. Shout out. Okay, so let's just do a straight up git fetch, though, because it is actually saying that my branch is up to date, and I know it shouldn't be. So git fetch, and let's see. Oh, permission denied. Wait a minute. Whose permission? Who's this? Ownership is all www data. Right. Okay. So, let's change that. Change the owner to Adam recursively of everything in this folder. Let's do it. It's mine. It's mine. It's all mine now. Do that, and now it's all mine. It actually doesn't matter in terms of making Moodle work, who owns the file so much, as long as PHP run by the web server, which is run as www, can actually read the files. The reason I changed the ownership over to www data for those files is so that PHP can actually write files, which means I can install plugins through the web interface. If you do that, it's important to make sure that you do not allow the web user to have write access to config.php. This is a file you don't want the web user, www data, to be able to write to. It's a security no-no to have that writable. Okay, anyway, now I've got that in a place like that, I should be able to do my git fetch. And boom, 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 here comes my git fetch, and you can see here, wow, new branch name, 401. Really? Okay, not 401. Okay. I was kind of I did not know. As I said, I have not prepared to do this. Did not know that was not going to be 401. I thought it was going to be 401, but it's 401. Okay. So, anyway, we've got new versions coming up here, the release candidates and the 4.1.0 release. Everything is all there. So now if I go git status, check out the status of this, you'll see that those same files are still back there again. Yep, the untracked ones and everything. But I'm also behind by 87 commits. I haven't updated recently. Woohoo! So I'm going to want to update all of these and also double check my plugins are all updated properly before I move on to upgrade to Moodle 4.1. So let's do that. So let's just hit up git pull for now, and boom, boom, boom. And let's get pull this up, and now we want to go to our CLI, execute as www, still want to be www data, and we're going to hit the upgrade script, and that will upgrade it to the latest in 4.0. Now it's a good idea to do this before you actually upgrade to 4.1. It's always a good idea to be up to date as you possibly can be on the branch that you're currently on before you switch branches. That's always going to be better. So now that has gone in well, I'm just going to go out of maintenance mode quickly. I'm going to disable maintenance mode and just have one last look around. So let's go back here and I'll refresh that. Crack.guru, let's go to the notifications page. Just have a look around, just make sure. Yep, the CLI maintenance mode also stops the cron from running. So it's saying that the cron, I'm getting cron errors there, but that's nothing to worry about. Let's see, newer version of Moodle available, 4.1, but there are no notifications here about my plugins. So my plugins are all good, they're all up to date. I don't really have any except for Code Runner. And everything here is looking good to upgrade to Moodle 4.1. So let's make that happen. So, gonna go back to re-enable, maintenance mode, and now let's go to our Git. I'm gonna go Git. I'm gonna do it the easy way this time. Git checkout. Right? You don't actually have to set up a new branch. You don't have to actually do the command that tracks the branches, I don't think. So I've always wanted to do this. I've usually used the git branch track and set it, but I've heard that actually you don't need to. You can just hit this one command and it switches the branch, it tracks the new branch, does everything. So let's try that. Oh, and now it's actually saying error, your local changes. This is the local change that I made to this file here. So I'm just going to copy that to the clipboard and go git check out that file first. Right, and git checkout just basically says, yeah, forget about what I said about that file earlier. And now I should be able to do this. Boom. And branch has, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Git branch 401 stable, set up to track remote branch 401 stable from origin. And it switched to a new branch 401 stable. Oh, all in one command. How awesome is that? Okay, so of course we've upgraded the code, so we have to run upgrade.php to finish the process. And look at that, 405 to 4.1. Is that what you want to do? Oh yeah, baby, I am ready to go. Let's do this. Oh, and it is lots of success, so much success. Just love the success. Here we go, here we go, here we go. You know, this is going a lot smoother than last time. See, last time, I think the biggest problem I remember was upgrading to 3.11 to 4.0 was that Big Blue Button got in the way because Big Blue Button became core and I had the third-party plugin installed. But look at that, all these, oh, and look new, okay. Big Blue Button poll interval. Experimental features, guest access enabled. Oh yeah, that's a new feature, isn't it? Guest access. So that you can actually, you can have a Big Blue Button connected to your Moodle, and you can actually invite someone from outside the Moodle to come in and join your class. So you could have a guest speaker in your class, in your online class. That's going to be so cool. Okay, enterprise unenroll action, standard instruction, tiny equation. These are all tiny MCE. Okay, yeah, so I did hear about this, that TinyMCE was coming in. Okay, they seem to be TinyMCE settings. Seriously, I have not been at all keeping up with my reading. Report builders, couple of report builder things, mobile authentication, QR, same IP. Okay, make sure that the, okay. I would assume that that means... make sure that if you're authenticating for a mobile, the QR code should actually come from be activated by a device on the same IP address as, you know, so your mobile phone should be on the same Wi-Fi as the computer that you're getting the QR code from. So that sounds like a cool little feature that they've added there. Okay, so that's basically we're upgraded. So now I can go and check to see if it's actually broken or not. So I'm going to go and disable my maintenance mode, and essentially that's it. I am done. I will, while I'm here though, I'm going to get that shown thing back up, and I will actually change the owner back to www.data, which means next time I want to install a plugin from the web interface, I'll be able to do that or remove a plugin, as the case may be. And that's it. That's all my command line stuff that I have to do. So now I can refresh. Oh, I'm right on the this thing here. So let's on the notifications page. Let's just refresh that. And there we go. This is my first go at Moodle 4.1. Isn't that sweet? Yeah. And it's build 2022-11/28. It's today's date on the build as well. Ah, sweet. All right. So, all looking good. 4 minutes 59 seconds between the last two runs of the cron maintenance sim. First of all, let's have a look at the geeky stuff. Let's look at environment again. Okay, update component. Is there new news in here? No, just 4.1 updates, but still good there. Okay, let's have a look at our dashboard, eh? Right. It's kind of cool that my CSS is not broken. The colors of the background and everything seem to still be working fine. Okay, so that looks pretty similar. My courses. Whoop. Add, copy, delete, and yeah, okay. I thought I got that before, but okay. It's reactivated there. And create a new course. Let's have a look. Let's do some things, eh? 4.1 first look. All right. Something you guys want me to have a look at? Oh yeah, Lubo's saying, yeah, unzip wouldn't work on the result. Yeah, totally. Which is, I know that I would have done that in the future. I would have looked at that and said, oh, that's a zip file, so I'm just going to use unzip on it. And it would give me errors and I'd be all confused. So, yeah, I could see myself doing that. Totally could see myself doing that. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, category names. So the category, they used to call it miscellaneous. I think did they change that to main category or did I change that? I don't know. Can't remember if I changed it. See, that's how bad my memory is for things like that. Okay, let's go. Let's say a couple of days ago it started. So it'll appear in the current things. Okay, this looks all very, very similar. But the things I'm expecting to be different, sorry, excuse me, are the database module. Database module is supposed to be totally different. So let's go have a look. Let's make a database, eh? Let's have a bit of a look at this database thing. Let's see. 4.1 database. Okay, so far so good. That looks fairly similar. Yep, okay, approval required and all these sorts of default settings. They all look fairly similar. Yep, looks like everything is pretty much the same there. So let's just save and display. Boom. Oh, and this is totally different. Look at, wow. Start building your activity. Create your own fields to collect data or use preset, which includes fields already. Sorry, I got a duck, don't I? Actually, you know what I can do? Be gone with you. All right, I'm going to do that. It's going to look a little bit weird because I'll look like I'm looking over the wrong way. So just pretend I'm looking that way when I'm looking this way. Okay. Do I really need to be here, though? All right. Oh, I can actually put my head over here. And, oh, that works. That actually looks even better, doesn't it? Okay, I'll do that. All right, let's see. Import a preset, create a field we've got here. Oh, this is a lot more intuitive. Let's have a look at use preset. Ooh, okay. So there's image gallery and journal. Use this preset for journal, diary, reflections, or tool or research log. I know a lot of people who've been asking me how to set up a journal, and I've said you could do it using database, and they're like, but presets and fields and stuff like that. Okay, so I believe that people can just put stuff in there. Proposals, okay, less common use case, I think, but yeah. And collect resources such as web links or book reviews in a table with links to detail. These are some pretty awesome presets. Okay, it used to just be image gallery, I think. So these extras have been added, and there's a variety of use case scenarios here. So yeah, okay, rock and roll. Me like very much. Okay, use this preset, and that takes you to shows the fields, title, and content, and that's as simple as it is. But it's set. Set to required equals no. Okay, I would have made that required equals yes, but okay. Okay. But anyway, you can also, of course, add a new field just from the top here. Got checkboxes, coordinates, date, drop down, file, image, multi-select list. So if you want to get the students to add an image as well, then that's good. Okay. So if I save that without any changes, okay, now can I just go back to database? Okay, no entries yet, and that looks a lot better. Okay, this just user interface is tons better. Okay, if I add an entry, oh, even okay, it's not all that much different, but it does have sort of a cleaner view to it, doesn't it, than the previous one sort of was in the middle. The templates were sort of in the middle. Let's have a look at how these templates are made. Okay, and this actually, I'm wondering, this still looks like Atto. Still looks like Atto to me, but anyway. That there, let's look at the code. Is it... Ah, okay. I am pretty sure this used to use tables, didn't it? HTML tables? And it looks like it's just using nested divs, and it's got classes attached to them. So is there actual CSS in here? Let's go have a look at these. Where am I going to find? Oh, add entry template. Okay, that's okay. It's in line with the rest of the interface, but okay, you've got your add entry template here. There's a little downwards chevron here. That's where you're going to find the links to all of your other CSS and JavaScript and all those other templates as well. The single view, list view, templates and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, this is nice. It's actually got some, okay, add entry, list view CSS, add entry CSS. Oh, okay. Journal, add entry, form group label, form font weight. You know, for the label is they're making the label bold. Okay. Yeah, CSS in the preset. I love it. All right. That is something that actually makes me very excited because it was not bolded or anything like that before, and it was a bit weird. I want to add an entry. Okay. I'm gonna add an entry here. Loving it. Okay, let's see how this actually displays. This is kind of interesting looking at. It will be interesting to see single view. Yep, okay, so let's save that. Okay, and oh, this would be list view first. I'll get my head out of the way again. Loving it. Okay, so that actually is got a H something on it. It's bigger, it's bolder, it's okay. That's okay. So if I go to database there, this would be list view. Okay. This is list view here, default list view, and it actually has the author in as list view in default. Okay, and the template for single view has the author at the top. Is that part of the template? Title ID, let's have a look. Single view template. Yeah, okay, look at that. It's got all the status and everything like that at the top there. Okay, what if we see the HTML, the raw HTML for that? Okay, fairly complex and stuff like that, but this is looking a lot more And this is probably even nice and friendly on a mobile. Okay. Let's do that quickly. Let's see. I am in Firefox, I think, so I think I can do this. Yeah. Yeah, this is Firefox's inspector. Okay. Okay. So if we shrink that up nice and tight, like that. Yeah, this is mobile. Oh, mobile friendly. Well, okay. It's not super mobile friendly, but it's an improvement, that's for sure. Okay, if I click on that, and the single view is fairly mobile friendly. It's pretty good. I would like to see these actually stack. Like, I don't know, with CSS Grid or something like that in there to make them on top of each other rather than going over the top. If you have a really narrow mobile device or something like that, then it's starting to look a bit rubbish. But, oh my god, this was never anywhere near this mobile friendly. So this is that's a pretty dramatic improvement right there. There it is. Control-Shift-M is the shortcut in Firefox to toggle between mobile mode and that. Okay, so that's the database module is done. Okay. Anything else you guys want me to actually look at? I'm looking down there and I see haha and woohoo. Yeah, indeed. Let me see. Let me get this. I don't actually need that terminal window, do I? So I can close that. Okay. Next thing I want to have a quick look at is the settings for my text editors. Okay, so manage editors. Okay, so Atto is still coming up at the top. TinyMCE editor legacy. Okay, so that would be the old one. And this one would probably be TinyMCE 6. Okay, so it's enabled. So people can actually enable it as their preferred editor. But it's all the way down the bottom in terms of preferences. So Atto is still reigning supreme currently through this Moodle. Okay, so let's go preferences. So the way that people would normally change that, I guess, is go to edit preferences here and switch from default down to TinyMCE like this if they wanted to specify that they're not going to go with the default. I might actually not do that, and I'm going to just go back. And I do have other users on this site, but they're actually all me. So I'm not scared about ruin it for everybody else, because everybody else is me, myself, and I. Let's go plugins, manage the text editors, and let's go on full on embrace the future. I do hear that TinyMCE is going to be the editor of the future. Tiny 6 is apparently coming. Let's have a quick look at the settings while we're here. TinyMCE branding, yes. Support TinyMCE by displaying the logo in the bottom corner of the text editor. Logo links to the TinyMCE web. I had no idea that this was a thing. Okay. TinyMCE. Shout out. Okay. I'll just leave that there then. Right. So that's text editors. Category TinyMCE editor. There are equation editor settings, arrows. Yeah, this is fairly familiar to the old style of TinyMCE as well. Greek symbols, alpha, beta, advanced, equation library group. Tiny record RTC. Oh, good. The record RTC is going to still be available then. Audio and video both exist. Good. Audio, video bit rates and time limits, you can set those. So you were able to set these in Atto before as well. So I'm glad to see that TinyMCE and the future of Moodle is not doing away with RTC recording, because that's a pretty awesome feature. Okay. Well, let's have a look at it, shall we? Okay, 4.0 for first look. Why not? Let's go into that 4.0 database again and add another entry. And this time, if we're adding another entry, oh, it's the button for add entry. The second time is down at the bottom. I'm looking at it at the top. Okay, That's a pretty big interface change. It's not up here anymore. It's down the bottom. Okay. Add entry. Oh, and that is tiny. I mean, it's not small. It's tiny MCE. And there's the little logo for them that links to the tiny MCE thing. Okay. It's got a word count here, does it? How many words is this? 5 words. How many words is this? It is indeed. Okay, it is the truth. It's actual. Not sure how that's going to work. Oh, and if you click on it, it goes to how many characters. Cool. Okay, that is actually cool here because I live in Japan, and people in Japan would probably be wondering, you know, it's 23 characters there, they say, right? Enters don't count, so carriage returns don't count, okay? But if I go A, that's another one, okay. What about Japanese characters? "26 characters. All right. 25 characters, 24 characters, 23 characters. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Japanese people who are not watching probably, but people who are watching, I know there are some who speak Japanese, so there you go. Nihongo mo mojisu mo okay nanda. Yeah, it's we have different languages that don't use spaces, for example. So that's one of the things about Japanese. Japanese text doesn't use spaces, so they don't really have word separation the way that English does. And so it's great to see that the character count can be specified there, and you can tell the students, you know, when they're doing an assignment, just click on the words and you'll get character count. Actually, that's a thing to wonder. If I start out with Japanese, does it default to... No, it's going to do that weird thing about 12 words. Okay, but it's seeing okay as a single word, and it's seeing all the rest of those as characters. Okay, that's sort of forgivable, I guess. It's not exactly, that's not exactly true, but adding the period there, the Japanese version of a period, which is a little circle, yeah, that still keeps it at 12 words. Okay, so it's pretty cool. 14 characters, that'll probably be counted as a character, I'm sure. Yeah, 13 characters, 14 characters. Okay, so for people in Japan, that's what that's going to be looking like there. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Nihongo-ban. Database entry, Nihongo-ban. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Now, what if we're going to look at it in list view now? All right, that's list view. And we don't seem to have a pull down or something for list view or single view. It's just, it's list view, and to get to single view, you click on one of them. Okay, over here we got single view and list view. Oh, that's it there. Okay, there's your single view, list view changes there. Oh, we got a little wee actions thing. Import entries, export entries is over here now. Okay, not in the main tabbed menu here. It's over here. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. This one here, 3 dots for edit and delete. That makes more sense too. But that's part of the template, isn't it? That, I believe, is part of the list template. List view template. Let's have a look. Yeah, actions menu over here. Okay, but actions menu is coming up as actions menu. It's not. Okay, you have you can separate it out, edit or delete. And if you want an actions menu, you can just put in the tag for actions menu. Actions menu. Yeah. Okay. Wow, a lot of changes. But they all look pretty cool. And this one here. I don't know. Let's have a look at the TinyMCE. Wow, look at that div H2A. Nice. Actually tells me the entire path of tags that were to get there. All right. So I know that that's an H2. This is just in a div. This is in div and div and a span. That is div and a span, probably to put the... Oh, clicking on that gives... Oh. Okay, as a geek, I kind of like this. You click on the tag and you can actually do the change the attributes to it right there like that. Oh, okay, that is pretty cool. But okay, how do I get rid of that? Can I just wait? Get rid of the H3? No. All right. Okay. Not exactly sure how to get rid of that. And edit. Oh, TinyMCE comes with this edit menu, eh? Oh, that's different. Okay, we've got copy, paste, and stuff like that in there, just like a normal processor thing. Source code. Okay. Oh, okay, I can look at the source code. It pops up as a modal. Don't know if I like the modal, but okay. I mean, it gives me the opportunity to come in here and find that H3 tag and say, hey, yeah, didn't actually want that. Yeah, okay. Save that like that, and now it's back to normal, isn't it? Or did I remove a div? Okay. Equation editor, numbered list, blah, 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 blah. Format tools. Okay, and you've got the opportunity for the word count accessibility checker. That's nice to have. Always nice to have an accessibility checker. Let's have a look at that. Congratulations, no issues found. That is good news. All right, table. I'm not a big fan of tables. I prefer CSS grid or something like that. And the CSS templates. It's more fun. Yeah. Okay. There are a lot of different things there. Okay, so that's definitely different. The TinyMCE editor is definitely something different and good to go. Insert H5P seems to be the same as before. Yeah, allow download, edit, embed, or stuff like that. So H5P is ready to go. Looks like this, all the buttons that you would expect to be there are all pretty much there. From the get-go, you've got bold, formatting-wise, bold, and those sorts of things. If you click on something though, and you click on its tag down here, you can add. Yeah, I know. I mean, not having H2 or H3 as a drop-down thing up here like it was in Addo is not entirely sold on that. And I think it's having the formatting right there in the toolbar is pretty cool. But I don't know. Let me try it for a while, see if it grows on me. I mean, I personally love having, you know, the path of the children that it took to get here in the HTML there, but I have a feeling that that's not going to be so useful for a lot of my students. Well, actually, my students probably would be okay with it because they study HTML. But if you haven't studied HTML, that might be sort of like, why is this a thing? And it might be a little bit confusing. But I don't know. Let's try it and see what the students say. Okay. Next thing I would like to actually take a quick look at is the question bank. The question bank's here. It's in the more menu. Okay. Okay. This is supposed to be different, is it not? Create a quick question. Okay. Standard question typeset. Let's go with true or false. Okay. 4.1 is the bomb. Whoa. 4.1 is za bomb. Zabagodan. Alright, 4.1 is the bomb. Yep. Let's grab that. Put that in there. And I'll say that the correct answer should be true there. Okay. And of course we've got the general feedback and stuff like that. Its status is ready. So this is something that came out in 4.0, right? The question status, default mark, correct answer, show standard instructions. Whether to show the instructions, select one before true or false answers. Yeah, I'm glad we can switch that off actually, because isn't it obvious? It's true or false, come on. Yeah, okay. Multiple tries, penalty for each try is 1. Okay, good. Let's save changes. Boom. Okay, and we've got this needs checking, facility index and cumulative efficiency per question, all the usage as to where all these came from. This was actually available back in Moodle 4.0. My little comment on this is I love having this here, but it's not cached. And hence, every single time I load up a question bank that has, say, for example, also show questions from subcategories. So I've got like 50 questions coming up in 15 subcategories, and they've been used in quizzes that have had 500 students taking the quizzes or 500 attempts. Then this can be a little heavy. So I am looking forward to trying that out on my production site and actually seeing if this has been improved. If it hasn't, that's something I wouldn't mind seeing, guys. if somebody out there is working on this, I would love to see that. Okay, in here under edit, we've got individual question export as Moodle HTML, XML. That's pretty cool. Was that in 4.0? I am not sure. Delete history. Okay, history of editing, I guess. I guess I need to give it a history, but okay. There is no history here because it's historically not a question that has been edited. Okay, so version 1, we'll go. The bomb, we'll give it a few bikuti mark there. Okay, so this will be version 2. Okay, so now I've got version 1, version 2. Okay, that's because I'm in history view now. Well, how do I get out of history view? I don't want to see the history anymore. I just want to... Oh, over here, close. Right, so now I've got version 1, version 2. Status, ready or draft, version 1, version 2 or something. If I edit it, then I can change which version is the version that should be there. I can usually say the latest. I think it says the latest version. Version 2, okay. Maybe I have to do that from the history menu. Okay, version 1, version 2, ready. Ready draft, ready. And I'm just wondering, how would I make this the default? Edit question. The UI for Moodle has no safe place for picture-in-picture style video. No, it absolutely doesn't. Oh, I should... Yeah, okay. I'm going to see what I can do. Can I move myself over this side? Oh, I'll go up here for a little while. It's really not safe, is it? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything at the moment for changing which one's the default. Yes. got the history here. But if I go to history, I just get this. Version 2 with selected, move to. And then I can delete the old versions. No real how we would do that. This has got to look kind of weird with me cut off there, but okay, I'm not exactly sure how to do that, how to specify which version should be the correct version. Edit question. Version 2 is underlined, but it's not clickable. Question status is ready. Correct answer, true. Show standard instructions, no. Yeah, there is apparently no way to specify that version 2 is the version that should be there and change that back, revert that back to version 1, for example. It's not in manage tags, but this manage tags thing being a Moodle as well is a bit odd. You know, I like things like manage tags. I feel if it's a Moodle like this, it takes an extra half a second to pop up, and I'm really fussy about that perhaps, but it seems a little bit edit question does not get me there. It just gets me to that version 2. If I save, then that'll be version 3, right? Let's add another big goodie mark in there and save changes, and that's version 3. And it's always latest or something. I thought there was a way of actually saying always the latest should be the latest version should always be the version that is used. But that's not always going to be the case. What if I want to make version 2 the correct version, but I don't want to make... Okay. Going to outsource this one to the future. Anyone who knows and later on cares to comment in the video below or in the chat or something. If anyone knows already how to change the which version is the default version for this question, I would love to know that. I am not seeing a way to do that at the moment. But yeah, you can do that. That's with the version there. If I edit this version and change that, and one of the things I should be able to change then is show the standard instructions to yes. If I do that, oh, that became version 4. Okay, so you just save a new version, and that's what. Select one, true or false, as opposed to say first version preview where no select one appears. Okay, that's sort of understandable, but they're saying, you know, default version, this should be the default version. I guess you just got to save another instance of it, another version of it. And then if you are ready to get rid of the other ones, you can just delete all these. This is also pretty cool, this comments feature. All right, if I go here and say bad punctuation and get no capitals and stuff like that. Bad punctuation without any punctuation at the end. I'm not even going to put a period after that. There we go. Okay. Well, actually this is pretty good for, okay, if I close that, and now you can see that this one's got a comment in there. Open it up, and I can trash it. I wonder if the owner of the question can trash the questions made by other people. If so, that's actually pretty cool for for collaborative quiz construction, which I actually do a bit of, so this is going to be good. I like this also the way that it says created by, but it also says modified by now as well. And I think that's a nice little feature so that we can see who was the person who created this, but then modified this. Yeah, but if this is modified, wouldn't it create its own new version? Okay, there's still a few things that I'm obviously missing here, but yeah, I'm just thinking that if these are always going to be the same. Unless somebody else modifies version 4. But if somebody were to modify version 4, would that not make it version 5? Anyway, there are a few things that seem a little bit weird in that, but we shall see. The other thing that I wanted to check out in Question Bank was exporting. Export. I have heard that that looks pretty much the same as before. There seems to be one area that's missing though. We've got export what category, gonna export that category, write category to file, write context to file, choose your poison, Moodle XML, export. Okay, there's the XML file. If we open up that, it's the same. 3-bit goodie mark on it. Yep, okay, that does not appear to... what did I do here? Okay, that does not appear to have the different versions in it. So, okay. Go back to questions here. Version 4. 3 periods, wasn't it? Yeah, 3 exclamation points afterwards. Okay, so it just exports the latest version and that's it. Okay. I have also heard that there are new plugins that you can add to this, so the question bank itself has become pluggable, but I think I'm going to have to save that for another video because I don't know any of the plugins that are actually available there. Let's see, I've got a comment coming in. Not there yet. My organization is staying on 4.0.5 till the end of this school year. Yeah, same here actually. I don't really like changing Moodle versions mid-semester. I did it once back in about 2012, and I thought they were going to kill me. The users really did not respond well to an upgrade happening mid-semester. So yeah, I can understand the desire to remain among the living. All right. Well, anyway, I might wrap this up here. Unless, do you have something that you would like me to poke my nose into before I wrap this one up? $3.11 bill. Jeez. Oh my. Gonna have to get you up to at least 4. Overall, my impression is that 4.1 looks like it's just put a bit of additional polish on what was in 4.0. Don't really see all that many other differences. There's the home, there's the dashboard, which all looks fairly similar. I mean, things like this able to have the calendar full width is pretty awesome. Well, that seems fairly simple. What was it we saw in the settings? Oh, there was that setting. There are a few settings there. There's a setting regarding mobile. Mobile settings, mobile authentication, probably under there. Type via the app. Manual type, no. Okay, it's not in there. I'm wondering, when I upgraded before, we saw that there was a mobile QR code setting, wasn't it? Okay, that one. Web subscription, mobile features. What am I seeing here? Was testing for 4 to 9 months to make sure all courses look and feel. Yeah, what I've often done when changing themes in particular is keep the old theme. A trick that I like to do is go into the theme settings and allow theme changes in the URL. So you set this and add a little button somewhere that changes them back to the old theme. And when moving to a new theme, that's always give them 6 months or so to, if they can't, intuitively figure out how they're going on the new theme, then they've got 6 months that they can actually still use the old theme as a crutch. And that was very much appreciated when I did that. Let's see. I'm not seeing that one for QR code. Same IP. SMAR IP. QR IP. What do we got? No. QR. Creation editors. Mobile authentication. QR code with. Okay, so here it is under administration mobile app. Mobile authentication. QR code access. QR code with site URL. QR authentication, same IP check, and that seems to default to yes. Okay, users must use the same network for both generating and scanning a QR code for login. Only disable if users report issues with QR login. They probably will. But it's not a bad idea if you just tell the student users then, if you're going to have this enabled by default and students say that they can't log in, you probably just tell them, make sure your mobile phone is on the same Wi-Fi as the computer that's generating the QR code. That one I can see as something that might trip a few people up. So good one to notice there. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do one more check of the comments, and if there's nothing else you would like me to go through, I think we might call it a night, eh? Bill White is the admin. Yes, you are. Can train them before changing to a new version. Good luck. Yep. It's hard work, I know. Let's see. Do you do a fresh install and courses migration ever so often to keep... Do you keep upgrading the same DB? Bill does fresh installs, eh? Yeah, I always upgrade. Well, actually, not always. I will upgrade sometimes, and other times, if recreating is feasible, then recreating, I don't mind doing it. But I also do like the idea of having all the teachers keeping the same courses and just doing a bulk reset of the courses, which is teachers love that too, because they're not starting from zero. They're not recreating everything afresh. They're just looking at what didn't work last year. So yeah, I know. There are swings and roundabouts, different styles, different benefits. Okay. Right here. Well, yeah, Moodle data size does get kind of massive, but you can reduce that. I don't know, purging the caches and things like that helps a bit of that. Having good scheduled tasks for the emptying of trashes and things like that, and purging stuff is pretty good. The one that I found runs away really badly is actually In the SQL database, it's the standard log. If you have that set to never ever expire, blows up the SQL database until it's like several gigabytes big, and that's makes backing it up a little harder. It's not really a big issue in terms of breaks or anything, but hey, I'm big on taking backups all the time, so. Okay, anyway, I'm going to finish up this one here, and hopefully it won't be too long before I'm doing another video soon. Thank you very much for coming and joining me tonight. It was great not to be doing this alone, so cheers. I'll talk to you again real soon. Thank you very much.